question is, do you feel like you got your money's worth? Was it worth what you paid? Was it worth a lot more?
Learning what I've learned since I've been here and knowing what I'm going to achieve after I leave, it's absolutely priceless to me. You know, there's that selfish side of me that of course wants to tell everybody, don't come, you don't want this, but that would be a bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
So I truly do feel sorry for anybody that doesn't attend this workshop and continues to do the same thing and expect a different result. It's foolishness.
You came back and you said, after I talked with you, something about that you got a contract for what was the $270,000? What was that about?
After I talked to you and after I started to do a lot of soul searching, that was it. Light bulb went on, I started bidding contracts, and within 30 days, I put $270,000 on the books.
How do you feel about the tools that you gained here? Do you feel like that's what they are, is new tools for doing business?
They're absolutely new tools, and it teaches an entirely different jargon and lexicon that even the contracting officers don't know. And that's what's critical, is because I'm not putting down contracting officers. I'm not putting down government employees, but there's a dramatic difference between people like us and people that work for federal, state, local governments. Nobody's going to come out here and give us a weekly paycheck for doing nothing. But unless you have the tools that this program teaches for you to be able to go in there and actually, from a power position, negotiate the contract, from a power position, be able to work through issues, then you're just fighting blind. I mean, you're literally trying to go out there without a roadmap. Now I have a roadmap. Now I can actually see how to accomplish these things.
And that all things are possible in this business.
Absolutely.
And you got total control at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what to do if you start to feeling out of control is what?
I called that.
At what point did you say, I'm coming?
Well, I'm looking at my overhead. I'm looking at my, I'm going to call it dead cost. And I'm looking at the opportunities that are being presented. And I'm looking at my win-loss ratio, which wasn't good. I've always been a relationship contractor, private sector contractor, and I've been forced to pursue work in the public sector, which I really don't like. I came here looking for an alternative to my private sector work, because the public sector is not it.
So what took you 2 years to get here?
When I sit back and looked at some of the videos that you put together, and you basically said that if I was not satisfied, that I would get my money back.
Do you have any idea in your mind, is there any limit to the value of the information you got here? For you, it's priceless.
Yeah, I've never pursued a federal contract before.
You feel comfortable, you have no problem doing it now?
Yes. Communication is the result that you get.
Right.
And I don't know if you picked up on it, but my question to you was quite different than I would have asked prior to coming here. Is there a reason for me to stay here another day?
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
if you caught on to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your biggest takeaway?
Go for it. Doug is there to back you up.
Okay. I am. So, Carl, I really appreciate that we finally got you here. Yeah, I'm sure your son told you it was worthwhile to be here.
Yes.
So now that you've been here for the whole 3 days, what do you think of it? The second time compared to the first time?
You absorb more. I mean, you definitely absorb more. Because it's a lot. There's a whole lot to take in 3 days. The thing that I take away from it more than anything is you feel like you have control again. Just dealing with a lot of these things that we deal with all the time, it seems like sometimes it's just out of your control. But seeing how you explain it, how to deal with it, even the verbiage you use, you get control back into your business.
Right.
And to me, that was, and I think it was yesterday, it hit me that really that's what I'm going to come away with this.
Yeah. Even though it's the 800-pound gorilla,
Yeah.
we give you the tools to totally dominate and control every situation.
Right.
And you feel comfortable now that you can do the same.
Yes, and not only with federal work, but all the other work that we're doing.
Okay, so you use the
My
same
experience is more-
psychology.
Exactly,
Yeah.
in schools and state and cities, to where they grind you to the ground. But now I'm saying, I was just on a phone call with one of my guys, and it was something that we're building for a church, so it's a supplier we're dealing with. I could see how what we need to do differently even in our office to
You
push more of this type of work than what we normally do, what we're comfortable with. I will say, our percentage of profit is much more on these federal jobs than it would be for the state and city jobs.
So you got a lot of experience doing state and city jobs. So what's kind of an average margin you make on state and city work?
Anywhere from 6 to 15% probably. There's sometimes you get a home run, but normally that's about what it is.
So after doing 5 federal contracts, what's kind of been your average margin?
I was 25%.
I mean, you made 60, I mean, what was it, like 200, 300% on the first job, right?
That's going to kick it up.
Yeah, right.
Normally, probably 25%. A lot of things we do, like the pump we did the first job.
Right.
We talked to your guy
Right.
about
Right.
installing it.
Right.
He never basically have an in-house plumber. We went and just did it ourselves.
Right.
So we have the wherewithal to do that when we need to.
Right.
But, you know, we've done a job in California, New Jersey. We just finished one in Arizona.
Now, those projects you would have never even looked at if you hadn't have been through this workshop, or you had bid traffic. And now you've done work in California, Arizona, so you feel comfortable that you, with every bit of confidence, that you are now a national federal contractor.
Yes.
And you learned how to do it in 3 days. Successful.
4 days, because I was here the one day.
Yeah.